So I made it, spent the night last night in Williams, and I am now on the way to the main event, the Grand Canyon. I am excited, even though it's super cold today up here in the high elevations, but yeah, I'm pumped. This is the main event right here. Williams was a pretty cool town, very touristy. I talked to the kid at the hotel counter, and it's like, what's it like living here? And he was like, it's pretty boring. And I was like, oh, really? It's like, yeah, it's just old people. Like, no girls? He's like, nah, no girls. Like, really just all old people. Like, okay, well, that's all right. Like, I guess it wouldn't be bad, like, if you could just get out in nature and hike every day and, you know, do a lot of that kind of stuff. But I get the point. Yeah, you want to... Having, like, no younger people around that would suck ass. Anyway, my next video will most likely be from the Grand Canyon itself. Got some elks crossing the road. Pretty freaking cool. Those are big-ass animals.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. Right?
You had to order us.
My American number.
So, this morning started out a little bit rough because checking out the Grand Canyon, there's a lot of people there, and some of them had dogs, and Starfox was wanting to scrap with all of them. Weren't you, buddy? So, I'd take him back to the car. And then it's like, well, I don't want to walk around here the rest of the day with him stuck in the car, and I kind of wanted to hike down into the canyon, but you can't have dogs there either. So it's kind of turning out to be a bummer. And then I was like, well, I looked on the map and there's like a kind of biking trail, walking trail that turns unpaved. It's called like the Arizona Trail or something. And I was like, well, you know what? We'll just go for a jog. So we started jogging down the trail further, and it's pretty cool. Good scenery. Not the Grand Canyon, but it was cool. And then all of a sudden we come out right up down the Grand Canyon, and there were no people there. It was just us. Awesome view, no railings. You could walk right up to the edge and sit there and take it in. Oh, it was glorious. Yeah. So what turned into like an alternate activity other than seeing the Grand Canyon turned into like my own private view of the Grand Canyon. It was amazing. Yeah, then on the way back I took a different trail and it was taking a lot longer, and I was like, oh shit, am I lost? I wasn't, but we finally made it back to the car. A little bit sore though. Haven't been sore like this from just hiking in a while. I guess I did jog a little bit, but yeah, definitely put some miles on the shoes today. But yeah, so it turned out, what was turning out to be kind of like a anticlimactic like thing checked off my bucket list / ASAP list, turned out to be amazing and a complete adventure, not like some touristy type thing. It was like lost in the woods, and all of a sudden, boom, Grand Canyon. Oh man, it was great. And just the thought I had on that, the difference between being lucky and unlucky. Because you might say that it was kind of just a lucky accident that I happened upon this trail and this view, the view and everything. But I don't know, because you also might have said that earlier in the day I was unlucky, you know, for having to deal with a rowdy pup. But I think the difference is just it's not actually in the what happened, it's in the response to it. So if I just kind of packed it in after this morning and went back to the hotel and just moped about it, could have said that was unlucky then. Now, since I decided to do an alternate activity and go off into the woods, and then all of a sudden I came upon the Grand Canyon not expecting to, you might have said that was lucky. But I don't know, I think it's all about a response to adversity. Because if your response is always packing it in, then the last thing that happened, like the end result, would be a bad result. Now, if your response is to try something else, and then try something else, and then try something else, your end result, most of the time, is going to be positive and an adventure. So anyway, we're both tuckered out. Got a lot of miles on us today, and I'm going to go back and eat me some well-earned fried chicken.